Argentina is a land of big differences, where the land itself shapes who people are. From the icy mountains to the rich farmlands, the land decides how people live, work, and dream. Every area, north, south, east, and west, has its own way of life, its own accent, and its own idea of what it means to be from Argentina. The Andes Mountains act like a wall, separating Argentina from Chile and making the northwest very dry. The Pampas, which is like Argentina's breadbasket, is where the gaucho cowboys came from, and helped the country get rich from farming. Mesopotamia, which is green and full of rivers, thrives on a special tea called yerba mate and fishing, while the Gran Chaco is a tough, wild area that's hard to tame. Patagonia, at the very bottom of the country, is a legendary place. It doesn't have many people, it's wild, and it's very important for the country's money. These areas are more than just lines on a map. They are what makes Argentina's identity so complex. The huge size of the land makes people feel both hopeful and alone. Each type of land has created its own tough and independent spirit. The good things and the hard things about each area have shaped the country's past and its money. Argentina's geography isn't just in the background, it's the main character in its national story. Before people from Europe came, Argentina was home to many different native groups, each one used to their own environment. In the northwest, the Incas left behind roads and farms built on hillsides, which affected the local ways of life. The Guarani people did very well in the northeast, and their language and traditions can still be heard today. Across the Pampas and Patagonia, wandering groups like the Mapuche fiercely protected their lands, becoming expert horse riders and shaping the flat plains. The Spanish takeover brought fighting, sickness, and forced labor which badly hurt the native groups. But native ways of life lived on, in language, food, and family lines. The Jesuit missions offered some safety, but Spanish rule broke apart the old ways of living. Even after hundreds of years of being treated badly, the influence of the first peoples lasts in Argentina's culture and who they are. Their ability to bounce back is a big part of the country's story. Argentina's roots go deep, shaped by those who first called this land home. Spanish rule created strict social levels and took resources, with all the power in Buenos Aires. Being upset about Spanish rules on trade made people want to be in charge of themselves and set the stage for a revolution. The May Revolution of 1810 started a long fight for freedom, led by people like San Martin. Civil wars broke out between those who wanted one strong central government, and those who wanted each region to have its own power. The fight between Buenos Aires and the other areas shaped politics and money for many years. They finally came together with the 1853 Constitution, but old problems stayed hidden. The fight to decide what Argentina truly was far from over. In the late 1800s, Argentina grew fast. Its farmlands fed the world, and Buenos Aires became a big, fancy city with people from everywhere. Millions of European immigrants arrived, changing society and creating a new, mixed identity. Money poured in, but the gap between rich and poor grew. The rich got richer while workers lived in crowded buildings. Social problems got worse, leading to worker movements and demands for fairness. The country showed off its European style but ignored its native roots and the growing differences between people. The dream of getting rich was real for some, but hard to reach for many. This time set the stage for the big changes of the 1900s. Argentina's contradictions became a main part of who it was. The 1940s brought problems and changes. Juan Perón became a hero for working people. Perón's changes gave power to workers, added more social services, and built a loyal group of followers. With Evita by his side, Peronism became a movement for fairness and national pride. For his supporters it meant respect and being included. For those against him it was like a dictator and caused arguments. Perón's legacy split the country, shaping politics for decades. Even after he was removed from power, Peronism continued, changing with the times. To love or hate Perón became a key part of being from Argentina. The fight for fairness and respect is still at the heart of the country. After Perón was overthrown, Argentina fell into military takeovers and harsh rule, ending with the brutal government of 1976. During the military's dirty war, thousands of people disappeared, victims of the government's terror. The mothers of the Plaza de Mayo became symbols of fighting back, demanding answers about their missing children. The government's loss in the Falklands War broke its hold on power. Democracy came back in 1983, but the pain of the past remained. The country started looking for the truth and fairness for the victims. Facing this dark time is still a central part of Argentina's journey. The fight for human rights changed the country's conscience. Democracy brought hope, but Argentina's path has been rough. Money problems, political ups and downs, and deep divisions still exist. Soccer, tango dancing, and books show the country's passion and how complex it is. Heroes like Maradona and Messi make people proud, while writers like Borges and Cortázar explore who people are and memories. Today, rising prices, poverty, and environmental threats challenge the country. Political arguments sound like old rivalries, but people keep bouncing back. Argentina wants to be like Europe, but at its core it's Latin American. Rich in spirit, but marked by struggle. Its people's ability to hope and start fresh defines the country. In its mix of good and bad, Argentina finds its special, captivating character.